Hello and welcome to the dugout. Gujarat Lions at the receiving end of another stunning knock. It was AB de Villiers the other day that put them into the position where they had to play Sunrisers Hyderabad, and today it was David Warner that took the game away from them. Warner carries his bat through with an unbeaten 93, his 8th 50 of the series of the IPL, and it was too much for Gujarat Lions. What did you make of today's knock by Warner?
I think, Jonathan, you probably just summed it up there. Just comparing his knock to what AB de Villiers did the other day. They both of them were in a similar situation. AB de Villiers ran out of partners there. So did Warner today. But the kind of effort which he displayed in the middle, he was just untouched by what was happening around him. Wickets kept falling, the run rate kept rising, but he maintained his own. He found that release shot at will, which is very important in this format. So did AB de Villiers the other day. So it was very similar, both of them. But the attack against which it came today, both the attacks were similar. So Gujarat, it will be a very bitter pill to swallow for Gujarat now.
Because they were kind of struggling at one stage. They were 5 wickets down for 84, with the 12th over of the 12th over of the innings. Warner had to find a way to keep going through, and he found it. And he's done this consistently throughout the series. Like I said, 8th 50 for him. What do you make of his performance of the series?
I think I just read a stat before coming in. You know, he's the player with most 90s in the T20 format. So he certainly knows a thing or two about getting those the bigger 50s, as we call them, in excess of 75. But he got that release over in Dwayne Smith where he smashed him for 19 odd runs, because you need that one big over in at such a stage of the tournament, because both the teams are expected to crumble under pressure. Gujarat did today. They had good bowlers, but then that Smith over was just too much for them to handle.
I think the fact that Gujarat weren't able to get away to a big total must have helped. They could have been contained to an even smaller total if Mustafizur had played, but unfortunately he wasn't playing today, was he?
You know, as we all saw, Mustafizur definitely was missing from the attack today, and the Fizz was missing. Gujarat's rank today, and Trent Bolt, who replaced him, he was definitely off color. You could not blame him much because he hasn't got much play time in the middle. But I think when opportunity comes your way, you need to grab it with both the hands. Trent Bolt did not today, conceding 39 runs. And you know, Mustafizur, had he been there, we never know what would have happened. But one thing is for sure, he would have restricted those overs towards the fag end of the innings.
But to be fair, this game wasn't about Mustafizur or Bolt, it was about Warner, and Warner kind of made the game for them. What do you make of Gujarat Lions' performance in this IPL? Because they started off with a bang. They were the form team, and they've kind of faded away towards the end of the tournament.
I think, Jonathan, they probably messed it up. They kind of imploded, because even today their tactics were completely baffling. You know, you won't have someone like Eklavya Dwivedi playing his like second, third game, open the innings for you. Then you have your in-form Finch and Smith, who are like coming down at number 4 and number 5. That makes very little sense to me, because you need to have those. Just take about the team in the final right now. RCB, they have impact players right at the top of the order. So if you don't have your top players who are coming inside the first 10 overs, they'll do very little in the last 10.
Exactly. There's no point of them coming right at the end when there's nothing to be saved.
And Finch came. He chipped in with a brisk 50. But just imagine what he could have done had he been promoted up the order, or with an on-song McCullum. McCullum was looking good today, but then wickets kept tumbling at the other end. So it was more or less a cautious approach from him.
Well, it's too late for Gujarat to figure out what to do. They're out of the tournament now. The final, of course, is going to be played between RCB and Sunrisers Hyderabad, and that's going to be on Sunday. So watch that match and keep watching the dugout as well.